Booyaka, booyaka, booyaka. This is the Gatekeepers Musically Speaking Podcast, GKMSP. Pre. It's your boy Verbal Vein in the vicinity, Mari in the moment, and Shaman Wagwan in the sector. Yeah. Episode 7th, every week on YouTube.
Is it episode 7th or episode 7?
Episode 7th. It depends.
Let's go. You're trying to say he was speaking what? Greek?
Amenipata.
Now, this is the last episode we'll be featuring on Monday. We will be premiering on Monday on YouTube at 9 p.m. From episode 8, zitakuwa on Tuesday at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
So subscribe and smash that notifications button if you are already in a sector. Shout out to our only subscribers. Subscribers. Shukid and Anatunani.
Shukid
Revere the MC. Those are the only subscribers we have. Thank you very much. Yes, tuanze kutoa salamu. Yeah.
Kutoa salamu.
Hey, by the way, sa kuliendaje, man? Rest in peace, Papa Shirandula, man.
Oh, man.
Seems like the corona thing is not a joke.
Yeah, blood.
Yeah, man.
The guy went to Western, came back, had complications with diabetes and booyaka.
Man, it was
went
this,
to be with the
Rona,
great one.
Rona.
I have my reservations on all this corona thing, but for the sake of the people out there and those people listening, let's just be safe rather than be sorry.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, when they open the borders, that don't mean that, you can just, go however all willy-nilly. Yeah? Social distancing, wear mask.
Yeah,
the
sure.
drill.
Let's do our best to stay safe, man.
What have we been musically doing this week, man? Mari, what musical thing have you been doing this week?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to.
Yeah, I was intentionally trying to skip that.
Don't do me like that, man.
Carry on.
No, you don't want to talk about it?
No.
I can leave it out. It's okay.
As the monitor, you just keep on going. If you keep on going, it's like some left hand here. You slow down and you turn around.
Monitor zote kwanga watiaji.
From back in the day.
For sure.
She tagged the monitors. So, unajua mtu amekuwa monitor. Atakiwa, man.
Carry on, man.
Yeah, man. It's a sad thing, funny that we're laughing. Like it's a sad. I was reading the newspaper the other day, and MCSK was organizing a gala. I think they were trying to either request permission from the government or something to do a gala to celebrate the lives of some of the artists who've passed on since March.
Okay.
Because guys can't attend burials, and I found it surprisingly high. There was like 20 artists, and in such a short span
of time.
Yeah, which it's crazy, man.
So why don't they at least try to organize galas for actually successful legends, living legends, rather than wait for guys to cough, then we give a damn about you.
Do it when they're alive.
Yeah.
Kwanza, those guys need to celebrate me.
You're being
No, they owe me. They owe me, but anyway, that's a story for another day. But yeah, Maze, it's a good thing, man. Let's celebrate each other when we're alive.
Yeah, speaking of when you're alive, almost escaped me, but mental health status of the artists who are alive For you to be alive, you need to be mentally stable, and doing proper adult stuff, pay bills. Wasanii huku nje, they're struggling with different aspects of things that...
No, you said proper adult stuff. That almost sounded like R-rated.
No. At the end of the day, there's no one single description of a man. You agree?
Yeah.
Unaweza kuwa unaosha mitaro na unalipa bills. You're taking care of your family and all that stuff. You're doing the man thing, the grown-up thing. It's the grown-up stuff. That's the point. The point is not how you earn your bread or what you do for your bread. It doesn't matter. And again, let's not go back to the selling out thing, So ni kujipanga tu, lakini unapata wasanii because of the nature of the stuff that they're exposed to, they are struggling with the most basic things. Unapata msanii akiwa na mtoto mmoja tayari, his life is condemned to the streets. Muziki haiendi mzuri kwa sababu hana pesa, unaona? Like akichapa show analipa 5,000 and then until you are dying or you've committed suicide or something, you're out. That's when now MCSK is coming in like, let's celebrate the legends, And sometimes they even ignore the basics of the profession. How can you be regulating a profession that you know nothing about? Juicy, Juke was talking about their logo being shitty.
Wanna represent wasanii.
We're talking about even, for example, the psychology of things. They should be having workshops telling wasanii.
Celebrate the lifestyles, the workshop of artists who are living legends, who have given them the royalties, man.
They're giving them a job. So wafundishwe vizuri how to improve their content, the consequences of certain types of contents, kuliko tu kupiga watu makelele na kuambia that one is banned. Why?
Know your drugs, man. Know your drugs. Exactly. Have a philosophy.
And kwanza hata sorry to say, but they actually might be part of the problem, because for example artist amefanyia nini yake kazi, then they don't get paid properly, and unajua kama hawa they are not considering the artists workers. Musically speaking, been doing vocal classes, vocal training for guys at the Made in Kibera studio.
Ring bells. Shout out. Placement attack.
Tumewataja sana wazee.
For sure.
They should warushe kakitu.
Sponsor.
Sani anateseka hapa. Save Mandem.
But I've been training some guys in vocals, helping improve singing and whatnot. I've also been busy writing some articles. I've been writing some articles for a music company. It's called Music Gateway. Let me just give them a shout out here too. I think that's about it.
Shaman, what have you been up to musically this week, blood?
It's been busy. Other than my usual work, because when I work I'm still activisting for music, like in terms of creatives and their rights and all that stuff. We're doing a cipher with the Wamunyota gang and Kelly. They were inside. The track was in one of the podcasts we did some time back. So it's in the rough mix. I'll probably leave out some space in the end to sample guys what's coming their way in terms of that stuff. And then
nice.
there's a guy I met. A small rasta. I like to call him a small rasta because there's a bigger rasta. So a small rasta with a silky Kikuyu voice and tone.
Why are you discriminating rastas? But did anyone see rasta trending like yesterday?
No.
Oh, because we're recording this. I don't. Some guy just said guys who have dreadlocks. I think he was complaining about ladies with dreadlocks. and he was saying how you can't date a lady with dreadlocks.
What do you mean? I love ladies with dreadlocks.
Because they're rebellious. You just dreadlocks equals rebellion.
True story though. I think it's a symbol for rebellion.
Yeah.
And since we're talking about symbols and all that stuff, I think we should talk about symbols here today. Maybe I don't know. Anyway, that's what I've been doing. We're working on some track with Munga. Aizo Munga. It's a Kikuyu album, and I'm thinking Mari will have a lot of influence when it comes to staging the music. So hopefully we'll talk about it after the podcast, of course.
Right,
so that's what I've been up to this week.
Me musically, like I say, I just did a couple of posters for this show that is coming through Hip Hop Garage on Facebook on August 1st. For sure. Yes. But hata sitasema handles. You guys can just search Hip Hop Garage. Yeah, cause I won't be performing. So yeah. I'm also working on a collabo with CB. You know, it's a joint collabo. We're called the Wild CB? Animals. Yeah, there's some guy called CB. CB the God MC. So we are working on like a collaborative mixtape called we just call ourselves the Wild Animals. So whatever is going to happen in there, you're going to listen to it. It's gonna be awesome.
I don't know why I had CB and I thought Central Bank. Working with the Central Bank.
Call you in the building. Yes, let's get bang.
Besha.
You never used to be this aggressive. What happened,
man? I think it's the grind. Tulipeni tafadhali serikali. Naomba serikali.
So on card number 1, performances and studio recording, how to be good at both. Basically, there's an artist and then there's an artist who goes on stage to perform, and then also there's the same artist who has to go into the studio and record. Me, from my experience from the hip hop fraternity, we have a lot of dope MCs. MC ni mkali sana, anaingia kwa studio, kila mtu is shook in the nigga because they know this nigga is going to spit some super duper bars. The greatest rapper in the world. He goes there, he spits his killer stuff. Everybody's shocked. But when it's time to go on stage, the nigga can't do shit. He ain't even looking at the people on stage. He's standing back looking at the DJs. Got his back towards the fans. That's not how you do it. Looking at the DJ, what's going on? You know, amerap ndani ya mic imemuffle sana. Poof, 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 poof. Yeah. So from my experience, we need to figure out, I don't know from other guys' experience how it is, but that's the thing. How do you make yourself an artist who can perform proper on stage? And also, obviously, if you can perform proper on stage, I don't think you'll have an issue in the studio, unless that's a special case.
I think I've had experiences with guys, especially in regard to vocal training, and I've had experiences go both ways. Like someone is good live, but when they come to studio, they sound funny. Then someone is good in studio. Then when it comes to live, they sound funny or can't be heard.
Yeah.
And I think I've learned over time, it's performing live and recording is 2 different art forms.
Okay.
And I think it's important for guys to understand, wasanii to understand that, for example, from the vocal point of view, when you're singing or even rapping, the studio mic picks a lot.
Yes.
So you don't need to, let's say, project or, do it with an oomph. It can pick some of the smaller details. On the performance mic isn't so detailed, and for most part you'll have to project way more than you would on a studio mic.
And then even on performing, you have to think of other different things, movement, gestures.
There's also the stage performance, the way you record in studio is not the way you will perform on stage.
So let's say in the studio, it's more controlled. Everything is precise and controlled. When you're out there to say a performance, it's more you have to engage.
Yeah, like I think the focus on in both studio recording and live performances are different.
Yeah.
So the focus point when you're recording is how you sound. The focus while performing is how the audience interprets or the response. Yeah. Like for example, for a recording, you can maybe, let's say, when you cut, do a cut in the middle of a song, it's maybe because you did an error along the way and you have to redo it.
Yeah, do that
when you're
on
stage. Man, yeah.
Cut, like, DJ, see you.
And track number 2.
Wanajijua.
One of the things you're gesturing here is I've seen this problem, especially with rappers, how you hold the mic while performing.
Yeah.
A lot of rappers cover the place that is supposed to pick up your sound. So your sound doesn't end up being clear, and you guys can't hear what you're saying or how you're flowing. And I think it's a very common mistake that people should
hata hiyo tutorial iko YouTube how to actually hold a mic.
Speaking of the quality of the performance, I'd like to talk about it in terms of the settings. For example, the vocal when you engineer, first of all, the things that you might need for your performance to be of a nice quality, so you'll need an engineer, a technician, even the most basic one. Ule wa PA, that guy, the one for PA, wakibanda wa burial guy.
It's so important.
It's very important that it comes on the set. So that, for example, room correction, vitu kama hizo feedbacks, if the peak is too deep, the room is too dense, the room is too light, and then there's issues of hardware. Usirangia watu wanasukuma masanduku kubwa wewe unashindwa kwani hasa wapendi do wameleta hizi vitu zote they must have spent a lot hizi tumia hizi zote unajua ku set up kitu kadogo tu hivi, so you miss out on the experience. So most of the time the people who come to see the art from studio, you guys have talked about the studio side of, I feel like I shouldn't go much into it, so I'm jumping into the stage stuff. So in the performance, people have come for the experience. They've come for the feeling, they've come for the vibe. I don't know, ukipanda mat za buru ama za ronga zenye ukipanda manyanga, unajua manyanga, it gives you a certain experience that you can't get anywhere else.
Did you guys see a video I think it was on Twitter or online somewhere, of vile sijui ni Martin inaitwa Bumblebee, and then there was the actual robot. See, it's based on the Transformers movie. Like, I don't know, it looked like an actual robot in Kenya. Not even, I tried to see if it's like someone dressed up.
Oh, a easy cosplay.
No, I know. Yeah, it looked like...
what, was he inside or what?
That's what I couldn't figure out. It was weird. Like, it actually looked like a robot.
The car?
No, like...
There's somebody.
See, after it may transform and it's the robot. It was walking next to the mat, and I couldn't tell if there was someone inside.
See, that's cosplay. I've seen those things. Kuna hiya Megatron ukienda Universal Studios. There's a huge guy who puppets Megatron, but him is on stilts. So he looks like a big robot. Hizo vitu ziko. Zilifika huku Carl. Was it around January? Because I remember doing some graphic design posts. Somebody sent me those pictures from, I think it was Karen Orunda. He wants to advertise them to do like birthday parties and stuff.
Oh man,
Bumblebee
what?
costumes
Yeah.
ziko. Yeah.
Ah, that's crazy. I was okay. I was wondering.
Come say anaweza toa matrina alafu akam with the cosplay. That is proper marketing.
I
blood.
know. I was
Shout
looking
out
at it and I was like,
to Bumblebee,
wait,
Matri.
these guys,
God damn.
Yeah, so
all the way.
back to the experience. So if you're going to give people the experience and the vibe and everything, you need to have the hardware to support the sound and the frequencies and the whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So unapata bat. What I've seen here in Kenya most of the time, because I've had opportunities to attend other places, other parties elsewhere, is the sound itself.
Yeah.
You have the equipment, right?
Yeah.
But the person most likely doing the setup does not appreciate the magnitude of the task at hand. So that people go there and it's just, performance. It's just kawa. It was just a kawa thing. No, my friend, no. It should be like, sahi unafaa kucheki pale kwa link hapo chini wambiwe how to solidify your low ends so that they feel like they're coming from the ground up. Those kind of things, so that when the band is playing and the bass rumbles in, it doesn't matter where you are, you feel like you're busy with gear. For sure. So those kind of things come with the equipment and the knowledge.
Yeah, and I think it's an important thing you brought up, and I think it should be addressed in industry wide. I've had instances where I'm performing and I need to do a sound setup or sound check.
Not when you're performing, blood.
Yeah, like before going into stage.
Yeah.
And nobody seems to understand the
need
purpose,
for it.
or the need for it. And I wrote a recent article on artist riders, which I have
detailed.
The
pre-performances.
Preparation. You have to prepare for this stuff. Like remember, man, like even back in our school days, it's not like, okay, as we started off by being live performers. That's what I remember. So it was very, it was crucial to really prepare. We'd prepare weeks on end. Even the sound checks and stuff. Carry on, man.
And come for.
By the way, we had a mixer that we didn't even know how to use, my man.
Yeah. What? In high school.
In high school, we both equipments, my friend. We had equipment.
An entire band.
Remember the live band?
Yeah.
We even had a mixer.
We had a mixer. So the problem was, my boy, come to think of it, is we would fumble a lot with equipment.
Yeah.
So that if there was feedback on the stage, no one knew what to do, because it was working fine.
I think it was changing the location of everything because if we went to another campus and set up the sound, I don't know if maybe we'd had to use another DJ and the DJ had their own stuff, so we kind of had those issues. And then for us, maybe we did not get, like, when we go to that campus, we did not have time to do sound check from there. That's what kind of messed some
which we ought to have done,
Yes.
I remember we had a very big occasion at some point. We were curtain raising for some of the big artists in Uganda. It was Buzz Magazine.
Yeah,
they had
London
like
Calling.
like all the bands and the musicians would come. You see, that's something that Uganda is doing, and we don't have it in Kenya here. Something we should follow up, guys. I think that should be like a bell.
Yes.
Bands come together. You have like a whole week of performances. So for us, we were going like on Saturday, where it was the climax, and we were opening for Kina Chameleon, Weasel, and Radio. That time, man, we were high school. So anyway, we get on stage.
It's crazy,
and we set up real quick. We have to set up F1 the way they change the tires.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like that. The guy there, the drum is there. Then we hear the what is it called? What is it called? You hear the
metronome.
The metronome.
Yeah.
The count.
Yeah, the count. Then feedback.
And,
you have to wait. Hold on. What? Who did that? Who did that?
There are no takes for live performances. There are no second takes. You gotta get it right. I even remember there was a time we even shook in to do live performances to a point we would run away, man. Where is Acid House? Acid House and nowhere.
You're being called on stage, then you take off.
Nowhere. Vocalist in the wheel.
We just couldn't figure out how to make the bass go through the mixer.
Exactly.
Man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get like king dancers and queen dancers. We know the microphones are not working, so we have to share the mic.
Yeah.
So and then the ego grows on the artist, and that's another thing we need to address.
Yes.
Your ego when it comes up.
Yeah.
You can't do shit. You can't listen to anybody. So we had one. I won't say names because he's my very good friend and he's someone now. Out there. And he had such a big ego. The guy was talented, no lie. But his ego reminds me of Nyashinsky.
Okay.
So he knows.
Is that a band?
No.
Shots fired.
Nyashinsky is talented,
For sure.
If you're in the same place with him, you have to decide whether to stay in or get out.
Bow down.
And most of the time you have to stay in,
To take a few notes.
Yeah, just observe, look at the guy and say, oh, that's how you wear dreadlocks. So anyway, this guy, sometimes the equipment wasn't working right. For example, the microphones. And you have to share the microphone. And sasa unajua ngoma zetu zilikuwa zile za kushikanisha because we were so many in the band and the microphone had to go around a lot. So this guy, because of his ego and amebamba crowd, he's driving the band one-man army, You're waiting for your turn. This guy is not coming. You've been dancing for the past 5 minutes.
Ni kuenda tukiendaga.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Big up, if you don't know him, his stage name is Idola.
Oh yeah. Big up. So there you have that situation, the situation of lack of preparations and mixing, getting the sound system on point, man. Because live performances there's no second take. Okay, big up or you. It's on you, blood.
It's on you, man. It's gone. The chance is gone.
When you're up there, kumbe you are lip syncing and the lip syncers wanajijua.
We don't hide sinners. Let's not hide sinners.
If you're lip syncing, well, just come out.
And I wanted to point out, all what we've been describing, is covered in an artist rider.
Okay.
And I think I feel I need to point this out more because it's not being properly
handled.
I've had very few interactions where someone asked me for an artist rider.
What is an artist rider? What define it, man.
Save man them.
I think it's a good question. I think you're representing a lot of artists out there. An artist rider is supposed to is like a document that shows your technical details.
Juke. He's not finished yet.
No. Carry on. Man.
He had documented.
It was done.
I'm already envisioning the document, so I'm waiting for the content to be put into the document. The document is still blank, man.
You're seeing a blank document. Okay, now let's fill it in. Okay, so it's essentially supposed to describe what is needed for your performance. And it also goes ahead to describe what is needed to complement your performance. So like it involves the technical details of your performance, how many instruments you're going to be using, maybe details like what you prefer in the sound, whether you're coming with this is also another thing I think artists need to think objectively when going into live performances. We always assume there's going to be a technician or
on site,
or sound engineer, which is not always the case. So while making your rider, or you need to consider that when following up on gigs. And also like things like, let's say for example, there's these interesting things that come up when artists are going to perform.
I mean, one thing is sound check, man. If sound check can't be done, maybe even a day later, me can't go on stage, blood.
Yeah, sometimes
Serious.
it could even be, let's say like you're going to perform at a distant place, that's someone's phone.
Are we safe? Are we safe? Are we safe?
I think someone's being texted or something.
Are we safe?
Yeah. So like let's say you're going to perform at somewhere else, and you can only arrive on the performance day. You still need to do a sound check, right?
Yeah.
And you need to make arrangements, like let's say
It's not even
30
a right,
minutes.
it is your duty.
Yes.
There's no right to a sound check. If these guys don't give you a sound check, even you tell them, the artist, what is it called? Artist
rider.
Artist rider. Yeah.
See, now there's a conflict of interest here.
Yes, and if you present the artist rider beforehand, you're able to discuss those details.
Okay.
And I think
Hizo
that
ni
is...
Mpesa msijali. Thank you sana wana support podcast. Tunashukuru sana. They know we are going live now. Actually they know.
They know.
Yes. Message za Mpesa, kazi mzuri sana vijana. Kazi mzuri sana. Ndio
motivate wasanii.
Good stuff. Save band them.
For sure.
Yeah. So the artist rider, and I was talking about things like, let's say msanii ameenda gig, and let's say they're supposed to get paid a certain amount. Then there's a question of amekuja hapo, maybe let's say with let's assume they've gone with an Uber. Mm-hmm. So who's supposed to pay for that Uber?
Confusion, my friend.
And
I think it's organization from the very beginning, because it's almost like it's just a gang of guys who meet up and say, hey, we're going to do this on Sato, and then on that Sato, that's when issues start up.
And as for a proper show, and I know there are guys who will be starting out and doing things, but there are also guys who are established, and I think they need to take the lead on this.
Yes.
An artist rider is supposed to be covering all those details, so that you're not guessing when you get somewhere. Let's say ama umefika, you're going to perform, and mkona njaa, but you don't know if you're supposed to buy the food ama they're supposed to give you
accommodation. Unapewa katua bus.
Relax.
Okay.
Let me come.
Because my artist rider would require a tour bus.
Okay.
With a few mistresses.
This man has understood the rider so perfectly. He now knows what a rider is.
Exactly.
He owns
the rider. Now, speaking of which, do people know that you can actually, one of the things sometimes the big artists request for when they come for tours in Kenya is the number of towels in their room.
What?
And the temperature of those towels.
Damn.
You see, you didn't know, but they can't give you what you do not know, because that increases the expenses. That's why you hear like someone like Chris Brown was paid 93 millions, and you wonder like, at a time, kwani anafanya nini hiyo? But he was not handed 93 million. It cost 93 million to bring that nigga here.
I saw online one of Beyonce's concerts.
Yeah.
Like I think it was the Miss Carter tour. She was in her artist rider, she was demanding for titanium straws.
Wow.
For in her drinks. Man, where do you get titanium straws?
Well, you just gotta get it.
But it's Beyonce.
Speaking of such things, Now, they would when you look around in terms of the elements, athlete elements, you find gold is very precious, right?
Yeah.
Titanium has some. All those have different purposes and different uses. Now that unless you do not know, you can't be asking for such things. And why would you be asking for such things if they don't mean shit? I don't know if you're getting me.
I
So
get
the
you.
people that know these things are the people that we would ordinarily call Illuminati. Because they know. I mean,
Okay.
what's wrong? What car would you like to be carried in Ukienda Shomari? Let's talk about it.
Me,
Uh-huh.
Rolls Royce.
Okay, there you go. So in your rider, you have a Rolls Royce, right? If it's available here in Kenya,
I'm not
if they
saying
have
that is in my rider, but
okay.
okay.
Let's be
But
realistic.
I would like to.
Let's be realistic, Basi.
Yeah.
You would want your transport taken care of, right?
Yeah, sure.
You would want a warm bed to go back into, right?
Yeah.
You would want room service, right?
Yeah.
You would want to take a flight if it's out of town, right?
Yeah.
So those things,
Yeah.
they incorporate them not as one of the terms and conditions.
Yeah.
Now they're beyond terms and conditions. They're
Yeah.
talking about the conditions of the terms and conditions. Do you understand? Like the
yeah.
towel is there, but
yeah.
it should be warm.
Uh-huh.
You understand? And there
Yeah.
should be 5. You know, room service should be at intervals of 1 hour, 30 minutes. Come and see what I want now. So when you hear like, what would you like, Mr. Mari? It's not a joke, my friend. Every 1 and 30 minutes,
You're like
you
Rick Ross.
expect someone.
I think when Rick Ross came to Kenya, they had like I think 3 floors of the hotel where they were staying for his entourage.
Exclusively
Yeah.
for him. You know those things, and then this is a foreigner. You're doing all these things for a foreigner.
Because a gunplay needs one floor to himself. That nigga is cocaine from Medellin. Holy shit. Carry on. Gunplay is one of the Rick Ross guys. Mwenye kuna madredi. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you see those things, eh?
Yeah.
I think our promoters, our local promoters, enjoy the situation as it is because they don't need to give artists when you go to perform. The least they can do is give you those basics so you can empower the local artists. Hata ndo akienda kufanya show ka Tanzania, anajua he should be treated like a star. You need bodyguards because your chain is real gold. You know what I'm saying? You have a proper watch. You have an iPhone 15. Hata ijatoka bado. You know, ukiland place you need security because otherwise you'll be jumped. So you need a proper car, V8. You know, a fast car, strong car. Those things don't come unless people know about them. And the least the promoters locally can do is inform the artists of the basics. So to me, a pesa
and I think even the organizers should either meet with the managers of the artists beforehand, like really either do sit down or online or Skype or something. Just air out, what are your demands? These are demands, timing, kind of like the beginning structures. Maybe one meeting for organizing, finding out who probably could perform or who probably could give us an issue so he can go to plan B,
Yes. And no, this is not to be confused with opportunities to perform because the issue here is not the opportunity. The issue here is the creative element, the input of the
technicalities of how
so we
to
see like
handle it.
different meetings involved, different sound checks, different kind of
and maybe I read somewhere, I think it would be good to also bring this up. I read somewhere that for one of the reasons why some of the big artists put crazy stuff in their riders is to actually make sure that the recipients reads it. Because let's say you're handed a document which is like
the 10, titanium
15
straw?
pages, and you just browse through it. If there's a crazy, like I think it was ACDC who was saying in one of their riders that when they come to perform, they should have M&Ms provided for them with all the brown ones taken out.
That's very peculiar.
Yeah, it's very strange. But if the organizers or the event planners don't properly go through the
checklist,
rider,
so to say,
they'll miss that detail. So if they want to know if the guy read, they'll have that interaction about that somewhere. Either they could complain, say, hey, this is too much, or they could actually do it. Then they'll see, okay, this guy took our stuff seriously. So I thought that was an interesting perspective to how important these technicalities are taken elsewhere, and the professionalism it is carried out with.
And also now there's the issue of choreography, like I saw like one documentary of Snoop, the way he prepares for like concerts. Even in hip hop, there's choreography, but it's not necessarily all of it dancing. On stage, there's a song you have to you wanna flow, you wanna communicate a message. So there are things you need to do on stage. Yeah. So I saw that one for like Snoop Dogg. Those guys, the previous night, they are rehearsing the whole night. He just showed like the manager like telling the camera, come this way. They went through some rooms through the stadium. They go to a locker room, opened it. Snoop Dogg is at the edge. It was like a basketball kind of like room. And then the whole band is Uko, your DJs and everyone. The sense of focus they had and determination, you'd even go there, you'd come close, you'd feel like, yeah, I'm in a place where people are really preparing. And it's a Snoop Dogg concert, So choreography, like, upper hip hop, he'll just go and record this. He'll just go and perform this and that song. You do not know if microphone, like lyrically, you can catch up to it unless you are lip syncing. There are those songs that you can do in the studio and you can perform, and there are those songs that you can do in the studio.
True. By the way, like let's say, there are songs where you need to have, what do they call it? Like being cued in. Like you're flowing. Punching in. Like you're flowing then, because it takes maybe too much of your breath, or you can't finish the whole phrase. You get punched in, and when going on stage, you can't be punched in on stage. Like you need to find a way to.
Whereas that music could be very nice in studio, it can be still nice in performance, right? Because of the kind of choreography that you can put in.
Yes.
You see, like when you watch Eminem perform, for example, those first rappers, Eminem, what's his other name?
Dr.
Dre. Twister. There's this other big guy.
Bizarre.
No. Busta Rhymes. Yeah. When he's busting his first moves,
and a little flip.
He used to have there you go.
They used to choreograph.
They do it so well that Busta would go so fast that we'd lose breath, and then the other guy would finish the lines, and before he can finish them completely, Busta takes over and he goes away. So if you watch those guys on stage, oh my God, I'm a red man.
They have prepared.
Wow. Those two guys were crazy. It was mad. So that kind of stuff can still be achieved. It's just, I think, most of us, it's not complacency really. It's more of lack of the knowledge and lack of the understanding the process. Because you need to involve professionals so that you can know what really goes on into that kind of preparedness.
Executing a good show, man. Because if you compare like the amount of I don't know what has happened now, but back in the days, you'd usually go to Uganda to know how to perform live.
And then they'd come here and record.
For sure.
It was like an exchange program.
It always was an exchange. Because Chameleon started with Red Sun.
What was the name of the group?
It was something like
Butterfly or something.
No, it was
what?
Something. It was a funny
Cockroach.
name. It was a funny name. It was a really funny name.
I think it was Butterfly. Butterfly.
Kipepe is Chameleon's song, my friend. My man, get out of town.
My bad.
So they had a funny name. They used to come on KBC's Roots, Mizizi. When was 6:30 before it was overthrown by the beat. Ile time Pinye ndo alikuwa kusema na kina Arthur K. Those guys came in and they either they blessed you or they cast you forever to the streets. We and Vab sometimes were dropping CDs, Homeboys wakati ilikuwa hapa behind Nyayo. What's the name?
Hapa industrial.
Okay. There's a road behind there. We went there to drop the CD one day.
Is it Baringo Road?
Baricho Road.
Baricho Road.
One day this Mari guy, let me finish one story.
Okay.
Go ahead, man.
So we dropped the CDs. Another advice again. If you're going to drop a CD somewhere. Unajua, like before you do your program, who is the host? You know,
for sure.
At least to do a host ni nani.
Get your information right.
Get do your homework again.
Yeah.
So if you pale na juke, ati you're here to see who? I'm asking you. Do you know anyone in this place? I'm like, no, I don't know anybody. And tunataka kupea presenter. Mugani, I'm like, man, we should have checked that shit out.
Yeah. Young times.
Where Rusha kwa your box. You go to the box, you feel like there's a million more. I think we should go with this copy. There's no point.
Yeah.
There's no point in dropping it there.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, those were good times, man.
Oh, you're giving another story.
I don't know if we have time for another story or we go straight to the next card. We're supposed to do like numbers now.
Yeah. The next card is what for collabos.
So there's this awesome project I got from a friend. It's for what's her name?
Yeah.
You know her.
Vivian
K. Vivian K. The voluptuous Vivian K.
She's
I hope she knows.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to Vivian. Vivian, her vocals, placement. Anyway, so they did a collabo with some guys called Watanashati in one of my. I hope I got the name right.
Man, okay.
It's
just curious.
Stop laughing.
No, just curious.
Okay.
What inspired that name?
What does Watanashati mean?
Yeah, like
I hope I'm getting the name right.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think it's with the
say
hype ya Wasafi.
Watanashati.
Natasha.
Yeah, something like that. But the song is already out.
Yeah.
And I got to do a version of it.
Yeah.
So I felt like my version could have done better in terms of the vibe. I don't know. It just kicks proper, you know.
Oh yeah. I remember I heard that song.
You heard the song.
Yeah.
So I was really disappointed when I saw the end product, and I thought to myself, like, I think I should do a proper collabo with these guys. Like, how would I get my song to them so that they can compare? The least they can do is just compare. Yeah. So I was hitting up Mari.
I must say they're very talented. Yeah.
Yeah. But the name is strange, though, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, like, how to get to do a collab, and then I was looking into it. So me and Mari exchanged for I think at least an hour, and so I'm telling him, like, what are the options? Do you write to them and tell them, hey, look, I have mixed up your song and I've made a bit like this, looks like this, sounds like this, before you post it, or you post it and then you tag them, or you send an email and do a proper pitch seeking an appointment. You know, I don't know.
Collabos are tricky, man. Collabos are tricky.
Yeah, and I was suggesting to Shaman one of the options maybe he could consider is like offering it as a remix, and I say remix in quotes. Like the way like Akina David Guetta or Afrojack or Akina Avicii. The way they've done, they take an original song, then they do their own version. I think what we were discussing is basically the issue of rights.
Yes.
Understanding what rights are involved and what you need to know when going into a collabo. Or,
yes.
I think about
it goes round back into the artist rider still. Like, if you need to know what you're asking for. So that when you're going to make a pitch, for example, that I'm going to tell Vivian, I want to tell Vivian, I need to tell Vivian that, hey,
okay, this won't be an artist rider, but okay, go on.
The relationship
same concept,
is understanding what is at stake, Did you read? Do you know what you're getting yourself into? This is what you require. This is the setup. So, because if you missed one, then it's likely you've missed several.
Yeah,
so
true.
That is the idea normally for that kind of stuff. And so it comes back to the pitch. If, for example, I'm to approach Vivian, we'll be talking about royalties, streams, kwani sitawapatia waende weke kwa page yao, I'd want to put it on my page, so that the views come to me, the watch hours as to me,
Yeah.
So perhaps if they want a share of it, then we can be talking about the percentages, like what you get. I don't know if guys know there's a way you can split these things online. You don't need to go to them and tell them, hey, by the way, the 16% yangu iko wapi, rasta, unajua. It's nothing like that. These things, there's ways to approach it if you are sharing the rights to the creation. Yeah, so that's the way collaborations work. So and if you don't know that you're supposed to get some sort of residual income from your creation, then you will miss out on them, because most of the people are taken advantage of. Unaambiwa tuende tukaregister MCSK. You've gone to MCSK, you yourself you don't know how to follow up on the same things. Now people are signed for the purposes of collection. If you took Sauti Sol, it's not Sauti Sol who goes asking for the logs. Even you can't be asking for logs that you don't know exist. So it goes back to the civic education bit.
Yeah, like artists need to know. You need to know what your song involves, or what is involved in your song in terms of revenue generation.
Yes.
In terms of your rights.
Yeah.
You need to know aspects like, let's say, negotiation.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of artists out there think or get into usanii because they think it's easy, or like it's leisurely.
Hey, by the way, speaking of omoka, I saw a meme ati sasa wase niki
ameme.
Sasa ati kijipaka omo ataomoka.
Okay. Really?
Moving on swiftly.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I am sorry.
Wow. That wow. Meow.
You know what that?
Where'd that chick go?
Those were my friends, like
you knew them.
One of my friends was in that stuff.
Yeah.
So I saw the follow up. The product they were pushing. So you would get into the cars. Is one of them. He's a close friend anyway.
Oh wait, they were pushing, like it was pushing
that was,
product.
That was a product as well. Like Aziad. That's why last time I spoke of Aziad. And people think like, amekuja akatrend alafu akaomoka. No. My friend, you have to be consistent. It takes a lot of discipline.
Yeah.
You need to be prepared for such opportunities. So this girl comes up with a meow and is catching on, and she's meow, sexy and meow. And I can testify the way I felt. I am sure I was not alone. I would keep watching her so she can do the meow. It's one of those time wasters. We just wasting time. Hakuna kitu na do. Lisa, what are you doing? Wasting time.
I'm watching pussy.
Meow. Wow.
Exactly.
So that was a project as well. That was a project that I think did not go so well because someone somewhere did not do the job consistently, and so it fell apart.
Oh yeah, man, that's crazy. Now I think it really brings out the aspect of how much planning and how much work goes into artistry, because I think a lot of artists assume that things will just be either handed to them or things will just come naturally. But you need to prepare. Need to
be ready for the opportunity when it comes.
Yeah.
Now that you're there, Mario, we talk about numbers. Let us make sense of numbers. Let's make sense of numbers.
Funny thing, I've noticed with a lot of artists, and I think artists need really, sorry to say this, but artists really need to do their homework. A lot of artists, when the numbers conversation started coming in, guys got carried away.
Because numbers don't lie, blood.
It's true. Numbers don't lie unless you make them lie.
Oh yeah.
Like you find a guy. Okay, this was one of the scenarios when starting out. Like, an example of what.
Please, Mary, do not misread not mislead the people. This today we are doing Save Mandem. So when you're talking about you make numbers lie, it's not like the numbers will lie when you see them. They will appear, but the numbers will not be there.
Just setting the record straight. It's a good clarification. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Wakili. Okay. Sorry, I was not supposed to say to Anika.
You're exposing our sponsors.
Oh, man. Okay. So anyway, I was one of the scenarios. It's a scenario. I'm trying to cook up, but to bring out the essence. You'd find someone with let's say 100,000 views on a video, but with 5 subscribers.
100,000 views.
Yeah,
with 5
subscribers. Or you find guys find a video with or something with 1,000 likes. Let's say 1 comment. I'm not saying that is bad, but sometimes that disparity
is a part of departure. That's the point of departure.
Yeah, like out of 1,000 people who are interested in that, nobody had the time to just
drop a flame on the comment section.
Well, sometimes comments are really sometimes comments are
no, unless you drop yours there with a comment of a flame, this one is hot.
It wasn't just enough to like.
You like and comment. That's how you support each other, For sure. The comments need to appear. Again, we need to make the numbers.
So, and I think one thing that artists need to understand is the numbers are not just numbers in themselves. The numbers are supposed to be a reflection
of the events.
Well, we do know you can pay for subscribers. Can you actually pay for views?
Oh, yes.
So
yes,
you
can
pay for anything.
You can pay,
even pay for comments.
You can pay for likes. You can pay for comments. You can pay for shares. You can pay for views.
So
you can pay for everything.
The question should be this: how do you become strategic while maybe you're paying for these things? There are things that you could pay for, and they bring in other things, or they become sustainable. That is the point of all this exchange of information, so that people, as much as there's other options, for example, you can pay to be a star. Kila mtu anajua.
It's true.
You pay, you even go to radio, you pay, you go to TV, you pay, ukifanywa video ulipe, ichezwe, uitwe show ulipe,
ghostwriter you pay.
You can buy the whole thing. You can buy everybody.
Stingo za Milli Vanilli, they use an entire band. That was not even their vocals. Wakapatikana afterwards. Haukumbuki the 90s things with Milli Vanilli? A band of 2 guys. They looked nice. They were recording. They had won some biggest award huko US, and then afterwards they came out and said, we actually know the guys who sang this. It's some reggae guys somewhere.
Yani they staged everything back.
But so let's continue the numbers thing.
Because that's what you're saying on the TV with the politics.
For sure.
Everything is staged.
For sure.
Let's hear. Anyway, that's a story for another day. The products, I'm seeing it's gone for 1 hour.
Holy shit.
What?
We got an hour. We've clocked an hour. And
already?
So, I think we should be wrapping this up.
Okay. So there's a sound check?
Sound bite. Sound bite.
Is
it sound bite or sound check?
Yeah, it's a sound bite.
I want people to check out the information under this video. If on YouTube, you angalia pale show more. Tuchanue Mandem, save Mandem. Some people don't know how to navigate this YouTube.
For sure.
You click more, you can see the links there. Placement.
Wait, who is this Mandem?
Mandem
keep referring
Mandem
to?
is like Wanjiku. The layman, you know, the layman. It's the layman. Mandem, you know, Mandem is in trouble.
Man,
Mandem.
have you noticed that thing is being used so much on TV or media right now?
Social media.
We are trying to do this for Wanjiko. We are.
The corona thing, you know, even, okay, let me not. It's not in disrespect. In terms of
sure,
Papa,
yeah.
Of which I surely regret. He's one of the greats.
Yeah,
in terms of the acting scene.
Yeah, he made a big difference.
It's unfortunate that he has to go so that people can actually celebrate him. Yeah, I think MCSK should come in and do the right thing in terms of partnerships, you know, with the right people, the right bodies, the people who have associations that can benefit greatly from this. I know some people who can actually use the appreciation that MCSK might have to give. There are people who are crying out their rights are being violated. It's not enough for me as an executive producer, I'm a publisher, to just come and me sign now as an and I just submit forms and you sign me and give me my rights. You know, people are complaining about the previous regimes or that the artists have been taken advantage of. Of course, we'll be taken advantage of. There's a time. I remember we went into studio. Again, I was supposed to do the sound bite, but here I am. Wow, we went to the studio. I think we should stop there.
No, you just finished that,
So we go to studio, this is 10 years after the first time we were in studio, you know? And we are seated across this guy who did among the first songs we did. And the song was trash, man. So now I've got some balls on me, and I've put some bass in my voice. And I ask him, yo, bro, what happened, man? You were giving us some whack shit. Then he says, you guys were young and dumb fucks. That is true, though.
Yes.
So you know.
So even as we speak, there are some youngins who have been taken advantage of by their producer.
Oh man.
You know?
Yeah, and I think I say it's a learning curve. Like it's not. They say fool me once, you know. What's the saying again?
You need to go to your home first.
That part.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice.
No, it's the other way around.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Sijui tupe listeners kama homework.
If you know the true structure of that phrase, tafadhali tusikie kwa comment section. Tunatafuta comments by the way.
For sure.
We are fishing them out.
Watch our views.
View, lakini comment, tafadhali comment.
Video.
Kakidole chini.
I know. Nani huyu ana hate on us. You better not.
At least watch our register. Appear somewhere.
Oh man.
And there you have it. That's the Gatekeepers Musically Speaking Podcast. GKMSP. It's your boy Verbal Vein in the vicinity, Mari in the moment, and Shaman Wagwan in the sector. And that is our episode 7. Do check out the sound bite. Some dope ass stuff coming from the madman Shaman Wagwan. And every week on YouTube, blood on Monday, 9. Okay, this time it's Monday, but for the next episode, we're going to do it on Tuesday, 9 p.m. on YouTube. Gatekeepers Musically Speaking. Any last words?
Not from me, at least not from the other. My last words were derailed.
Past listener, subscribe. Watu wenye wametuzoea, notify. Ndio you don't miss us at all.
Comments.
Yes.
Sitting or fishing.
Yes. Comments, let's go to war, blood. Let's go to war.
Save Monday, brother. Save Monday.
Yeah.
If you have any questions, any topics you like us talk about, feel free. Drop them in the comments. We save Monday.
So there you have it. GKMSP. Booyaka.